I'm Steve. On this channel, I talk about interesting things related to our world and beyond. Today we'll find out, could you survive at the bottom of the Mariana Trench? Let's go!
Imagine this. You wake up one morning and think, you know what? Today feels like a good day to visit the bottom of the ocean. No beaches, no snorkeling, we're going full deep sea mode. You grab your scuba gear, wave goodbye to the sunlight, and start descending. At first, it's peaceful. The water is warm, fish are colorful, and you feel like the main character of a nature documentary. But then, things start to change. The light fades, the colors vanish, and the fish around you start to look less like Nemo and more like nightmarish Pokemon evolutions gone wrong. By the time you hit 200 meters, sunlight is basically gone. You're surrounded by total darkness, and the only things glowing are the bioluminescent creatures floating by, living light bulbs that blink in the abyss. It's kind of pretty in a horrifying way.
At around 1,000 meters down, the pressure becomes intense. Imagine 100 elephants standing on your head. Without a reinforced submarine, your body would crumple instantly. Your lungs? Gone. Your eardrums? Shattered. Your skeleton? Flattened into a human pancake before you could even think, wait, was this a bad idea? But let's say we give you a miracle submersible. Thick titanium walls, pressure-resistant glass, and enough oxygen for a day trip. Now, the real adventure begins. You keep descending, watching the temperature drop near freezing, and realizing you're now deeper than most submarines ever dared to go. Past 4,000 meters, you've entered the abyssal zone, a place so dark and quiet that sound travels 4 times faster and light hasn't existed here for millions of years. Welcome to the Mariana Trench, the deepest place on Earth. Almost 11 kilometers straight down. The pressure here is more than 1,000 times what you feel at the surface. That's about 16,000 pounds per square inch, enough to crush a car like a soda can. The temperature hovers just above freezing, and the darkness is so complete that your brain starts imagining things that aren't even there. Yet, somehow, life exists here. Strange, alien-looking creatures, translucent, boneless, glowing softly like underwater ghosts. Giant amphipods the size of your hand. Sea cucumbers that look like drifting jelly bags. And the terrifying anglerfish, dragging its glowing lure like it's out fishing for nightmares. You might think, well, if they can live here, maybe I could too. Nice try, but no. Even with all the tech in the world, survival down here is more about enduring than living. The oxygen tanks would run out in hours, and your body isn't built to handle the cold or the psychological pressure of complete darkness and silence. Fun fact, your blood would start to thicken, your mind would lose track of time, and eventually you'd experience something scientists call deep sea delirium, a polite way of saying you'd start talking to your reflection. Still, it's not all doom and gloom. The bottom of the trench isn't just deadly, it's also scientifically fascinating. Down here, microbial life thrives without sunlight, feeding on chemicals leaking from hydrothermal vents. These bacteria could hold clues to how life began on Earth, and maybe even how it could exist on other planets, like Europa or Enceladus. In a weird way, visiting the bottom of the Mariana Trench is like time traveling to a version of Earth that's billions of years old. Before plants, before animals, before even oxygen in the air. It's raw, alien, and kind of beautiful, if you could ignore the whole instant death by crushing thing. So, could you survive at the bottom of the Mariana Trench? Not a chance, unless you happen to be made of titanium or possibly a very confused crab. But with the right submersible, maybe you could visit, and for a few fleeting minutes, stare out into the black infinity of Earth's final frontier, where light has never shined, and life quietly thrives in ways we still barely understand. And when you finally return to the surface, sunlight blazing and seagulls screaming, you'll realize something profound. Sometimes the most mysterious parts of our world aren't in outer space. They're hidden in the deep, dark ocean beneath our very feet.